Welcome to another edition of Sports Talk, the 2026 first show. And you know what? We were supposed to be here last week, but unfortunately I fell ill. My dad, Norman LaMadeline, obviously, I'm sorry about that. Mr. Marty Mad Dog Murphy in the middle. I'm Matt LaMadeline. Welcome to the show. Gentlemen, you know, I know we had good holidays, at least until I got sick last week. Marty?
Yeah, holidays were good.
Everything's good. Good. We, you know, obviously we always want to give our shout out to Big Al Coles and Mike Albini, who are working behind the scenes, taking care of us. If you'd like to give us a call, it's 203-753-7593 is the number here. And, you know, we are off again next week for Martin Luther King, but after that we should be, you know,
Good till
full
Labor
bore.
Day?
Yeah.
Till President's Day, right?
Yeah, till Easter. Yeah, I don't know, for a while.
Yeah, President's Day, February.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
There is a President's Day.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the Monday after Easter, I don't forget we do it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a good Monday? I don't think there is a good Monday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, welcome back. We missed a lot of stuff that we wanted to talk about, but I mean it's all past history now. I mean the bombing of UConn in the bowl game. Army whipped them, obviously. Navy. I mean, UConn had nothing. They didn't have coaches. They didn't have, their star players. They didn't have nothing. Navy wins their bowl game. So.
Here's what they need to switch. They need to change in college football.
Here we go.
They have to move the portal till April for the football players.
Here's my thing, Marty. How
Yeah.
about making players and coaches responsible to stay for the entire season, including bowl game?
Yes.
Then you can do whatever you want.
I agree
Right?
with that. Or otherwise you have to sacrifice your bonuses because Ole Miss won their first bowl game, and Lane Kiffin, who went to LSU, got a $500,000 bonus because they won that bowl game, even though he wasn't there to coach it.
Man, that's
That's
just
I mean,
That's not right, yeah.
like I said, college football needs to do everything. Tell everybody, you can't do anything till after everything's over. So with football, it goes to April.
I agree with you 100%.
Because then these coaches can't jump ship, or they forfeit their money.
I know, and if they do, that's fine. But you will finish the year, and you will finish like the UConn coach. Come on, Jim Mora.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
You know, coach the bowl game.
Well, I'll tell you, so many teams are depleted. Like Navy beat
Right.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cincinnati was just as depleted as UConn was.
Right.
Yeah, but-
right,
but-
right.
but-
Let my dad finish.
So the whole thing in these bowl games, half of the teams won in the portal, the other half lost, and we had no idea how these teams are going to finish up.
Right.
It was horrible.
Right.
And, we had two of our best players gone. I'm looking at the list of people leaving UConn. We're going to get all new people now. We got Josh Candles bringing a whole bunch of people from Toledo.
Yeah.
Now, thank goodness he's a good coach. He's got a lot of players and coaches that he wants to bring with him.
Right.
And maybe we're not going to be starting like we did 3 years ago, which is horrible.
Right.
You know, our team was, we were 1-10 one year, or 1-11.
Yeah. And they only went over Yale.
We don't want to do that again.
I know. No, and I completely agree with you, Dad. I'm with you. Here, on the flip side, and then I'll let you take over, obviously, Marty. Look at what UConn did with their basketball program due to the portal. So there's pluses and minuses, right? And there really is.
But if you notice, the basketball portal is during the off season.
Yeah.
Their portal doesn't open till after March Madness. So all those players that are on teams that are in the NCAA tournament, if they want to go somewhere else, they got to perform in the tournament. Where coaches at other schools aren't going to want them.
Right.
The problem you have with football is that the portal opens like December 24th or 23rd. So
Just for the bowl season, yeah.
It's just before the
Right.
polls really
Yeah,
start
yeah,
kicking in.
yeah.
So all these coaches and all these players can jump ship. Now, I mean, you want to leave it open for the coaches to jump ship. The only thing I would say about those coaches, any coach that team is in the bowl, and if you have any bonuses tied to if they win a bowl or not, you're not coaching the bowl game. You're not entitled to that money. Kiffin should not have ever gotten that $500,000. I'm hoping he does the respectful thing and maybe donate that $500,000 to different charities in the area of Ole Miss because he stole that money from them?
He did. I mean, yeah. And that's the thing is that the guy like Lane Kiffin, look at his track record. Yeah, he's won here and there, but I mean, look, he even spent a year with the Raiders. I mean, that guy is just leaving skid marks all over,
Oh, yeah.
all over football,
All-
professional and college,
Yeah.
and he keeps getting better jobs,
Yeah.
which is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me a break. And then, like you said, he gets a bonus like that, which is just
Yeah.
absurd because you know he's going to make crazy money. Where's he going to? LSU? or
LSU.
something? Yeah. He's moving on to a bigger and better job than Ole Miss, which is on top of the game right now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how this guy he just keeps stepping in it. Like, they say they're
Yeah.
stepping in it, and
Yeah,
he's just
yeah,
doing
yeah.
so much better. And anyway, so I mean, I didn't want this to become a portal thing, but we certainly can talk about it if you want. I mean, the UConn basketball program, boy, they've been able to pick up some great
Oh,
guys.
Hurley
too.
knows it. Hurley knows it well, and the whole Hurley
you know-
family.
Right.
They're all involved in that, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
know where to go, and they get the best players.
Gino knows it well too, but I mean,
But is it as rampant in the women's game? Not yet, right?
it is somewhat.
Yeah.
But I think the difference between the UConn program with Gino and other programs is Gino looks at the players and he goes, all right, you may have been the best and you might be able to help us,
Right.
but are you gonna be willing? And he talked to you. Are you gonna be willing to buy into my program?
Right.
'Cause if you're not buying in, I don't want you because you're not gonna come in and disrupt and ruin what we have here.
Right. Oh, there's no doubt. There's a framework for UConn women's basketball that I've talked about many times. I've seen their practice years
I mean,
ago,
and
and
the-
boy, it's hardcore.
I
It's
haven't seen them lose
hardcore. and
anybody. They haven't lost anybody in the portal, have they?
not
No,
that
they've lost a couple of bench
Yeah.
players. They never
Oh,
lost.
they
them.
did? Yeah.
They never lost any.
Oh, yeah, best players.
But I mean,
no, they're not gonna
and
play.
like-
Maybe-
like they were saying-
yeah.
They'll go play for somebody else. They'll actually get some playing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were saying three quarters. If you look at how well UConn bench is playing this year and how deep it is.
Yeah.
It's turning around and said, half these players could be starters on other college teams.
Right. All right, guys, I'm going to turn this thing back. We have all the time in the world to talk about the portal.
Yeah.
As soon as football season's over or whatever, but I want to at least set up the NFL playoffs. We have to talk about the national championship game, which I've enjoyed the playoffs. Not every game's been good, but at least some of the college football games have been very good.
That Friday night game was a.
Friday night's game was a stinker. Indiana just blew away Oregon.
And everybody's talking about Dante Moore coming out from Oregon. He is not coming out.
He was.
After the way he performed against Indiana, his stock on the draft NFL draft went way down because
Yeah, he was fumbling. He threw a pick, right?
Yeah.
A pick six. He was
he
not.
looked totally outclassed.
Yeah. What do you got there, Dad? You got something?
Well, this is going to be the championship game.
Yeah.
It's going to be Monday, January 19th.
Yeah, which
And
is
it's
a
going to
week-
be
yeah,
in
next week.
Miami in the Orange Bowl, the Miami Gardens at 7:30.
Yeah.
And Indiana's top team's going to Miami, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's going to be interesting. But
Yeah,
I
Miami's
think-
got home field advantage.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But
Yeah,
Indiana's
yeah.
got, Indiana's got
Yeah.
so much anyway. This Fernando
Yeah.
Mendoza is just unbelievable.
Really was.
Miami has a good defense.
Well, they do too. They have good
Yeah.
defense. But this guy Mendoza, he's thrown over 2,349 yards.
Yeah.
And his I don't know his rushing stats.
I mean,
426, I think, something like that.
You want to talk about the upset? If Miami knocks off Indiana,
Oh, yeah.
that would be a 10. That would be literally a 10 seed knocking off a 1 seed.
Yeah.
That would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, but I watched some of the Miami games.
AAC over over Big Ten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Big
tell you,
Ten, right,
I
Big
watched
Ten,
a
yeah.
lot of the Miami games during the
Yeah.
winter, and Miami's defense is for real, and I think they can give Indiana a run for their money.
And that was a great game too against Ole Miss. I mean, what
Oh,
was the
yeah.
final?
Oh, yeah.
31-27 or so. I forget what it was, but that was an incredible,
Yeah, it's
good
good.
football game. Either team could have won that one. It was what the heck was it? It was back and forth. Was it 34-31? I don't remember what last Thursday's
I
game was,
scored
but
too.
anyways, Ole Miss played a hell of a game
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. There wasn't a whole lot of defense, but boy, it was back and forth. And man, oh man, Miami comes away the winner. And I'll tell you what, I like that Carson Beck.
Huh?
If the Raiders decide to go with Carson Beck instead, I think they'd be fine too.
Yeah.
But I want him to get Mendoza, obviously.
Oh, yeah, like
Oh,
Mendoza.
the Jets would give them a big kiss on the mouth if they took Beck.
Well, that's
Because they want Mendoza.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line is this: is the Raiders better do good with this.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my thing: is Davis needs to turn the keys of the vehicle over to Tom Brady and say, "Here you go, Tom. Take care of the draft. Get on the phone. Get us a coach. You know, all your connections in the NFL, all your players and friends of players that you know, get them going and get them over here to Las Vegas because we need to turn this thing around
Right.
and fast."
Yeah.
You know what? Harbaugh's out there if they want Harbaugh. If they want to take a chance on a younger coach, that's fine too. But I think Tom Brady needs to take over the football operations, at least more than 5% minority owner,
Yeah.
right? Let's face it. Let him, you know, inject his football knowledge and his you know and his connections.
If they
into
has a
this.
stake in it, why not?
Right.
You know?
Right.
If you cut up your money, you might as well just pitch in all the way.
Right. And now the Jets got number 2, the Cardinals number 3, the Titans number 4, the Giants. How about the Giants running the table the last 2 games?
Oh,
You know,
that-
and
yeah.
blowing even the number 2 pick, unfortunately. You know, beating the Cowboys. Who they beat? The Cowboys, the Raiders, and anyways, they ended up with 4 wins and they ended up with the 5 pick. Now they should be able to still do something good with
Oh,
the
yeah.
5 pick. You would think, you know.
Well, the one nice thing is they already got their quarterback.
Yeah.
And you just hope that they make some good decisions.
Right.
Now, is Hardball going to be the head coach? Rumors is that he really wants the job. If he really does want that job and he takes it, then I'm drafting whoever he tells me he wants. If I'm the general manager, I'm taking whoever he wants me to take. Every pick.
Yeah. Well, they're even talking about Green Bay. I don't know, getting rid of LaFleur, and I'll tell you what, I'd take him as a Raider coach as well.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
he's done a nice job in Green Bay.
They're talking about Green Bay firing their coach. They're talking about the Eagles firing their coach.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean,
know.
here you go. You know, fire Sirianni. I mean, let's see. Went to the Super Bowl and lost.
Right.
Went to the Super Bowl and won. You've been in the playoffs every year since he's been there.
Right.
And now you're just going to can him?
I'll tell you what, I'm glad to see the Eagles out though. I am. You know,
Well,
I don't
Kansas City, too.
dislike them.
You know, this is going to be a new Super Bowl, new
Yeah.
playoffs.
Right.
You know, Kansas City going. That takes a big
That's
group out
beautiful.
of there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the
Well,
AFC.
Buffalo, because, you know, host Buffalo and New England.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I see.
Well,
That's the thing is now everybody's
Denver.
everybody's
Denver.
been away in Josh Allen's way, right?
Yeah,
So now, unfortunately, he has 2 more wins and a Super Bowl, so he will have 3 road wins, right, to get him to the Super Bowl.
yeah. He has,
And they got to go through Denver
has-
now,
he has
and
to go
then
be-
probably New
he
England.
has to go beat Boneheads.
Right.
I don't know. I think he. Honestly, I hate to say it, and I'm not saying that New England's not that good a team, but I think if Texas wins tonight,
Yeah.
if Houston Texans win tonight with their defense, I think they might be able to shut down New England, and I think if Buffalo does get by Denver, there's a good chance it could be Denver, Houston.
I'll tell you what. Here, you know, my dad and I have been talking about it, and I actually picked all the games this week. I wanted the Niners, and they won, which I thought was a pretty big upset.
Yes,
Let's face it.
yeah, that was great, yeah.
You know, they did lose George Kittle, unfortunately,
I got to tell you a story about that.
you know, to I think it's a what the
He blew his Achilles tendon.
Achilles tendon, so he's done.
And there was a thing that came out. They were talking about on the radio today. The owner went down to the locker room, see how he was doing, and Kittle looked at him and says, "It freaking hurts. I can go for a little tequila." So the owner went up to his suite and told somebody to send him down a bottle of tequila. So when they came in after the win, Kittle started passing the bottle around. Tequila with.
Well, I'll tell you what, George Kittle will be missed, man. He's great
geez.
for the game,
Yeah.
and you know he is a hell of an athlete. I mean, he's a hell of a tight end to have for
Oh,
fantasy.
yeah, I mean,
because I'll tell you what, he scores a lot of points for fantasy football too.
I'll tell you, it's going to be. going to be interesting how much farther San Francisco can go without him because he was a key weapon for Purdy. So
Well, they got to go to Seattle.
yeah,
Dad, I mean, we know who's playing who. I don't think we have a schedule yet, though, right?
we don't have times.
Well,
Yeah.
it's at 117 on Saturday. It's going to be the division playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
117,
yeah.
118,
Division round,
that's what we
right.
got.
Yeah.
We know where they're going to be. I don't know what time. But you know that Buffalo is going to be playing Denver,
Yeah.
at Buffalo at Denver, and New England at either Houston or Pittsburgh.
No,
Right,
but
New
no,
England.
no,
No, I think the other way
the other way
around.
around.
The other way
The
around.
winner, the
Houston
winner of the
at-
Pittsburgh Houston game goes to New England.
Absolutely,
Right, because
absolutely.
you got number 2 against number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then you have San Francisco at Seattle, and you got the Rams at Chicago.
Yeah, you know, I have to say about the Bears is wow, they came back from a 21-6 point deficit against Green Bay. I don't know that you can keep coming from behind to
Yeah.
win in these big games,
Yeah.
you know?
These are the best teams.
Absolutely. I mean, the
Well-
Rams, I think that Matty Stafford and the Rams could put up a lot of points and fast. And if the Bears are in too big of a hole, they're going down this week. And that'd,
Oh,
be,
yeah.
Well, the
that'd
big-
be too bad in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, sooner
Well,
or
well,
later,
I mean, that's the one. That's the one thing Chicago has going in their favor. If the weather is really bitter cold,
Right.
I mean that'll play into the Bears' favor because
Right. I've been to that stadium. It's brutal. It is brutal. It's right there on Lake Michigan.
Hey,
It's
right on the
cold.
lake.
Right. And that you were there probably with the Navy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Well, anyway, they said the Pope has been behind Chicago, behind the Bears. That's his favorite team, right?
That's right.
And every week, they say the same thing, you know? It comes from Rome. Everything else from Rome.
He's throwing the prayers down to the
He
Bears.
needs 2 more.
Wow, yeah. I'll tell you what, it would be cool to see somebody like, say, the Bears against the Bills or something totally different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I know the Bears have been there a couple times, but they haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, Seattle's been there recently, right? I think they
Yeah.
are the team to beat. This is going to be a tough rematch for San Fran. You know, 2 weeks ago, San Fran went there and got whipped.
Yeah.
You know,
Seattle.
Seattle's tough at home.
So,
let's
so,
face
so
it.
you got the Bears, Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the consensus would be, it's been so long since the Bears have been in the Super Bowl. Consensus at the NFC, you'd like to see the Bears go to the Super Bowl.
Just like
Yeah,
the
I'd
Cubs.
love to. I'd like to see the Bears for my daughter's
Yeah.
sake. I'd love to see the Bears. get that.
1985, I think, last time.
Yeah, 85, right?
Yeah.
And no, they won in 85. They lost to the Colts somewhere along
Oh,
the line.
one more after that.
Yeah, they lost to,
That's the Peyton?
was it Peyton Manning? They lost to the Colts, I know that. They did lose to the Colts, so it's been a while, though. It was the early 2000s, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
But I still like to see the Bills go there and Bills win it because they've suffered too long.
Plus,
Plus, you know, the 4 Super Bowls, they lost 4 Super Bowls way back, you know.
Yeah.
They couldn't, you know, bad losses, horrible losses.
Yeah.
Back. You know, the Giants and a couple other
Yeah, but
teams.
I mean, then you get, and here's the thing. Everybody makes a big deal. They lost 4 Super Bowls,
Yeah.
and I'd like to word it this way: for 4 straight years in a row, they were the best team in the AFC.
Right.
All right, they lost,
but
the,
couldn't get it done in the big game,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean,
That's always the big buck.
Yeah,
It is.
but it tells you the AFC has always been little brother to the NFC.
Right.
So.
Well, I wouldn't say that. You had the Steelers, you had the Raiders, you had the Dolphins for a long time. But no,
Yeah.
but you're right. The
Well-
Niners, the Cowboys, you know, there's been some good runs.
Yeah,
there.
well,
There's Giants had some good runs.
what you also got to remember is, until the AFL and NFL merged, the Steelers were part of the NFL.
Correct.
They were.
That's
They,
right, yeah.
They were.
when they
So the Colts.
Yeah, and the
yeah,
Browns
when-
too, right?
And the Browns,
yeah,
yeah.
when they merged, they took certain teams from the AFC
Right.
and
The AFL.
the AFL.
Yeah. There was no AFC,
Yeah.
NFC. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
they took certain teams from the AFL
Yeah.
and told the other ones you're all done,
Right.
and then they moved NFL teams over to the
Right. Right.
AFC,
Right.
over to the AFC
Right.
conference
Right.
to even things out.
Right.
Because the NFL wasn't giving up any of their teams.
Well, the thing is, the AFL came back with the Raiders, Chiefs, They won Super Bowls.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then the
Yeah.
Jets won, and that was
And
it.
Jets.
Right? The
Yeah,
Jets
so,
won,
so
and that
they
was it,
kind of
yeah.
equalize things a little
Yeah,
bit at
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yep, yep. And
The
then we
Ra-
had those
the Raiders-
Steelers run, we had a
the-
Dolphins
the-
run, you know?
The,
So
Ra-
the
the,
AFL's
Raiders,
been done.
the Raiders won a Super Bowl as when it was still the AFL or after they joined the AFL.
No, they lost in the first, or
They
the
lost the
second
first
one.
Super Bowl to
Right,
Green
it
Bay.
was still AFL, right?
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
that
they,
point.
yeah, they lost there. Yeah, when did
They
they
lost
won
to
their
Green Bay.
first? They won their first Super Bowl.
Okay.
Was it after they merged?
That's
Oh,
after the
yeah,
merge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the
Oh, yeah,
Vikings.
because the Kansas City won the first one. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
then
but
LA
the-
won the second,
Then the
Oakland won the
Jets.
second
Then,
one.
then the Jets.
67.
Yeah. And then the Jets won in '69, and that's when they right after the Jets did what they did to the Colts.
Yeah.
That's when they decided we better merge because the AFL's catching up to us.
Right, so we never finished. My dad did say the national championship game. I'm going to go with Indiana anyways. Although Miami's going to be tough at home. I mean, that crowd's going to be
Well, I like
unbelievable.
Miami,
Yeah.
my last
Right,
Florida
right.
team standing, but
Right,
Is,
right.
Yeah.
is there a point spread on the game yet?
I imagine it's
Yeah.
big Indiana, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
I've
I
not
mean,
looked
they,
at
they
it.
have blowouts. I mean, they just kill you every
Yeah,
team.
that Oregon game was just not
Yeah.
a good one at all. What are you thinking, Marty? You going Indiana?
I'm gonna take my chance to go Miami.
Okay. First of all, I like Pittsburgh tonight at home, and I know you don't like Aaron Rodgers anymore, but I
Well-
think Aaron Rodgers has one more magical playoff game in him,
Well-
and then I think they're probably done after this, and he should go away. Whether he does or not, we'll see.
My problem with that, the only thing Aaron Rodgers has going in his favor
Yeah.
is his quick release.
Right.
And with the way Houston plays defense, his quick release is going to be basically anything just over the line of scrimmage.
Right. A
And
lot of short stuff, I
yeah,
think. too, yeah, for
and,
sure.
and if Houston is keyed on that, it's going to be a very long game for
Well,
Rodgers.
I'm
He's
sure
not
it's going to
gonna
be
get
cold in Pittsburgh too, so it's going to be a lot of running. And I know that Houston has a couple of good running backs there, Woody Marks too, and what's the other guy's name there? I can't think of his name. But yeah, Houston's going to be tough to beat. But I think I got to like Pittsburgh at home.
I mean, it still comes down. Can Rodgers have the time to throw when he has to go vertical instead of dig and dunk? Because
Right.
dig and dunk may cost him the game.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we had 3 out of 4 great games this weekend.
Excellent games, yeah.
Dad, you know,
Excellent.
what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I just saw Houston coming up so well in the last couple of years. They're getting better and better and better. I think they're going to win tonight.
Okay.
And I think that New Orleans is going to beat them.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So next week, I'm thinking Pats at home. I think the Rams have a very good shot at beating the Bears. Although I will take the Bears at home,
Right.
being a second half team. Gotta take Seattle at home.
Yeah.
Seattle.
I think Buffalo's going to go in and upset Denver. I really do. I do. I
Buffalo?
think.
Yeah.
I think Denver. I watched Denver play against the hapless Raiders, and they were stymied. They beat the Raiders 10-7. I mean, I think that yes, Bo Nix is absolutely one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But I don't think it's his time. I think it's Josh Allen's time. I really do. And it wouldn't surprise me if some way, somehow, the Bills get to the Super Bowl and find a way to win it. You know,
Karma.
I think they're the.
The karma.
Yeah, right? Karma works in both
Yeah,
ways.
I could-
And I think the Bills finally, if they can get by Denver, they can get by. I think they can get by New England too. I do.
I was talking with some guys
Yeah.
at work. They were saying Allen has always had either Drew Burrows,
Oh, yeah. I always say
Drew
tough competition.
Mahomes,
Absolutely.
a couple-
Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Right?
Lamar Jackson, a couple
Guys are gone.
a couple of seasons against Brady,
Yeah, Burrow.
Burrow. That's what I said.
Yep.
And now Burrows isn't in there.
Right.
Lamar
Nobody's
Jackson's
there.
not in there.
Yep.
Mahomes is not there. Brady's all done.
Yep.
So it's his time. It's his time to shine.
Listen, you know what? And yesterday he played well.
Yeah, he
Was
did.
it yesterday or Saturday? I don't remember when Buffalo
It was
played.
Saturday.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, when they needed that, you remember my dad and I were talking about
No,
the
what? No, what yesterday?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
beat
the
the Jags,
two-
yeah, they beat the Jags.
Yeah.
27-20.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
right.
great.
Right?
That was a good
Yeah,
game.
that was
And the
great.
Jags had a great year. The
Yeah.
Jags were home.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great game.
Yeah.
And let's face it, we were talking about the tush push. Whenever they need Josh Allen to do, they call it the snow plow or whatever they call
This
it.
is so plow, yeah. I gotta
Boy.
tell you.
They ran for 9 yards on their snowplow one time. It was crazy, man. Josh Allen is, you know what? Another one. Another guy I've been rooting for all year because he was my fantasy football quarterback, and boy, he had some bad games. But I'll tell you what, anytime they need him in the clutch, he gets it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes on Saturday to win the game.
Yeah.
Well, I loved how every game, except last night's game, which was a stinker. And congrats to the Pats, by the way. You know, a lot of friends and family. Obviously, the Cheshire Lamans love the Patriots. It's good to see them back there. But boy, that was just an awful game.
Yeah,
And I hope the Pats come out on fire next week, because if they don't, they could lose at home next week.
I'm going to stick with it. If San Diego, if the L.A. Chargers
Yeah.
had kicked the field goal after that turnover to be the ones to score
Right,
first,
right.
I think the game would have had a whole different feel to it than it did. Because what they did by going for it on 4th and 2 and not making it, they got the crowd into the game. It riled up the Patriot players, because here we are, we just stopped them. We can do this, and they just took off.
Right. I tell you what, Marty, I agree with you. I think, you know what, in the playoffs, you take any points you can, especially on the road. But, you know, Dad, you were saying how,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know, everybody goes for it on 4th down now.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's the fat of the NFL, analytics, whatever you want to call it.
Well,
Saturday college football.
Well, it is. It's analytics. They said they say on average,
Right.
60% of the time, if you go on it at 4th down, 60% of the
Right.
time,
30 seconds.
you're going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but those are the numbers. But the numbers don't put in the human factor into it. So
Right.
it may be 60%, but you may not be one of those teams that can do 60% because you don't have your players aren't mostly motivated
Okay.
to do it.
All right. For Norm LaMadeline, my dad, good job as always. Marty Mad Dog Murphy, good job as always. I'm Matt LaMadeline. Enjoy your Martin Luther King Day off, and you know, enjoy your football playoffs and national championship, and we'll be back on the whatever that is, the 26th. All right. Enjoy your sports. Good night.
So we'll be back.
This is John Frasco on Brass City Community TV on Tom Hill Live. Tonight's guest is Brian Atherton to discuss commercial real estate. Now it is time for Tom.
Thank you, Mr. John Fresco. We're here live